everybody, it's Carla, and I'm here because I'm really excited to show you my most recent Christmas journal. It's fairly vintage, and I just loaded it full of all kinds of goodies, and it's about 5 by 6.5, I'm gonna guess. But before I get started, can I just say thank you so much for those of you who watched the video that I posted. It was a little memorial video of my mom, who we lost sadly about a year ago, and you were just so kind with your comments, and it was really the first time I was able to watch that since her memorial service last year, and I had this need to just watch it over and over again, and then I couldn't watch it anymore for about a year. And so as we came upon the year anniversary of her passing, I pulled it out and took great comfort in watching it, but I also took great comfort in your kind words, and it was almost like a way to help me get through that day. So you all were wonderful, and I just want to say thank you. I have a twin sister and 2 brothers, and all of us were able to do a live chat together and kind of talk about Mom and remember the wonderful woman that she was, and she lives on in all of us, so we're very grateful for her life. So I just wanted to say that, and now I want to walk you through this Christmas journal, and for some reason, I guess because of the craziness of all that we've gone through over the last several months, I'm taking a lot of comfort in the traditional kind of home for Christmas feel. So this book is a hardcover book that I think it was actually already altered in some way or another, because this is sort of like a felt or flannel plaid fabric that was covering it, and then inside it had these really old pages. So I'll show you as we go through, but you can see how worn the spine is, and I actually like that. And I just split a Battenberg lace doily and put some on the back and some on the front. And then I have a book plate, and I hope you can see the image inside. It's meant to draw you in and kind of say, what is that? But it's a horse-drawn sleigh. And this was my first attempt at using book corners, and I wasn't exactly sure how you did them. I think they're supposed to crimp around the edges, but at any rate, I just put them on decoratively. And then I've got this, is it called gross grain ribbon? It's a little bit metallic. And then I've got some fabric just to contrast the plaid with little hollies. And I'll try not to go too long per page because there's a lot in here, but I used all kinds of textures and fabrics and a few little sayings, and this is one of my favorite little tuck spots. I wanted to start the journal with an image of the true meaning of Christmas. For us, it's Jesus and his birth, and then the word adore, because of the song "O come, let us adore him, O come all ye faithful." So then I just used a fabric image and put paper on the back, so it's part fabric, part paper tag, and made it kind of tattered, like to represent him being born in a manger. But I also put a gold sparkly strip of ribbon to represent him being born a king. So there was some meaning behind this tag. And so there's a blend in here throughout of just traditional kind of rustic, humble fabrics, and then vintagey feel is what I was going for. And I printed this on parchment paper, and then some pretty eyelid lace trim, and just a simple little tag that slips in there. And then this page is all about postage and mail that you get during the holidays. Some book paper on an old vintage Dickens book, so that's like a natural patina there. And then a little library pocket, is where I stuck the tags. And then this is a double page where I just put a pretty rose decal and some space for journaling. This is again one of my favorite Christmas images. I just think they're probably sisters out in the woods picking branches of mistletoe. And this is a fabric tag that flips up and you can journal underneath. And this is a faux envelope, but I put some faux tea-dyed paper inside, and you can journal in that. And this page is a little interactive in that you can roll down the little scroll and there's a song, but you can also journal under there if you'd like, and it tucks under there. These are little velvet leaves. And this is the paper that came in the journal that I took several of the pages out, but they were really aged. But they're such a nice, lightweight, and easy to write on. So there's a doily, a little strip of decorative paper. And then this is more of this paper I bought on Amazon. It's already tea-dyed and weathered looking. And some applique. This is a fun little envelope I created by just aging the edges, some seam binding bow, and then it's an envelope. Actually made the envelope, and then so I can get out this tag gently, and there's a little postcard tag inside. The paper is kind of fragile. And so this flips open as well. You can write on it. And then I have Christmas tree image. And then there's this lovely pocket. I really like this one. This little oh, I think I just broke my, I just broke my clip. Well, it was a cute idea, but a little fragile, I guess. So I made some faux image postage stamps. And this tag is fabric covered. Kind of tattered, but I like that. And it tucks in there, is that it? Yeah. So we'll just tuck that guy back in there. And then throughout, there's little pages of Christmas carols. So as you're thumbing through, you can pull out the carol, have a little sing-along. And then there's this page, a little bit of collage. I love this one with the little bunting. I just cut out teeny little bunting flags and a fun little card. And there's another Christmas carol, Joy to the World. It opens up like this. And a vintage little tag. And this is some really old tatting. And I embossed some vellum, and I couldn't tell if it was really embossing. I rolled it through like 3 times and it made this like white impression, I think just from the stress of the pressure going back and forth. So it actually kind of looks snow or frosty. Snowy or frosty. So I love the stamps that I get from the UK. This one doesn't say Royal Mail, but it was a recent one on a package and I wanted to stick that in there. And since it's Royal Mail, I put some gold trimmed lace down the center. This is just one of those beautiful I think her name is Anna Griffin Papers. Oh, it's just so pretty. And then I've got two really pretty scrapbook paper, printed papers, and inside I've got some tags that are kind of double tags. I fussy cut a wreath for that one, and then this one, and the same as this one, I've got a little clip on there to keep them steady, but this one says joy, and that's a Santa one. And I love this trim too. It's so delicate and vintage looking. And just some front pages, a little Christmas embellishment I made. Another one that's just layers, the word believe. So this little homemade journal had lots of pages, and I took some of them out and printed on them because I just love the texture of the paper. But this one is kind of my little fun, shabby one with childlike images. You can just see how girly and pretty it is. And I made that pink button for them to stop them from sliding all the way through. And this is just a pretty little advertisement on tea-dyed paper. And this is another popular Christmas image that I love. It's just filled of wonder and expectation as she looks at the Christmas tree. And then this pocket is a decorative glassine bag. I was thinking of putting some tea bags in there. It sort of represents Christmas tea to me, so I have this tiny little faux tea bag. Actually opens, and inside there's a faux tea bag. I made all these tags when I did a tea journal last spring. I still had several left. I love that little embellishment there. I have another journal I want to show you, but I'll do it in a separate video. I've got a string stuck there. Get rid of that. I wish you could feel this paper. It's just such a nice texture. So I put that Christmas tree there, and then this says Humble Christmas. And there's a beautiful little cottage in the sunset on what's probably a crisp winter evening. With some tags. Again, that homey cottage kind of feel. I think that was it. And then just a seam binding bow. And stuck in there. And that's a fabric image. Writing space. Pretty little flip of fabric. Lace fabric. More writing space. A pretty little tag that's stuck. It's stuck. Where is it stuck? Oh, I don't know. Oh, there we go. I don't know how that got so stuck, but we got it. Okay, so it's mounted on tea-dyed paper. I have a little bulb pin because I was thinking it'd be nice to hang from something. That tucks in there. And I'm almost done. Oh, I wrinkled it some. That's a bummer. It's a pretty piece of vintage crocheted trim and another little journaling card. And turn the More journaling space. This is another fabric page. It's just got a bunch of pretty little holly. I love this pocket too. This one has got some green seam binding that I ruched, and then a pretty rustic tag. It's actually a pocket, and this is a little fabric image of pine bough with a pine cone and a little bit of holly. And then this tag is almost like a tiny vintage wallpaper print. And that's the back. It tucks in there. And get it under the button. There we go. And it closes. And this is some really pretty damask ribbon. Feels like silk. I don't think it is, but I like that it feels like silk. And you know what? I think that might be the end. Yeah, that's the end. So there's a bunch of these pages left that I can still alter and decorate. But it was just a really fun little sit down to do page by page. And I was happy to sit down and get a chance to show it to you. So I'm just going to keep making Christmas journals until I get it out of my system. And then I'm going to choose a few to put in my Etsy shop by within the next couple of weeks, so that anything that I sell Christmassy will hopefully be all in by November 1st, because I don't really want to do anything later than that for sale anyway. But I'll keep Christmas crafting just because I wasn't into it last year, but this year I'm really into the Christmas crafting. So I will come back and show you anything that I make. I hope you'll want to join me. I'll probably even show you my other Christmas journal this weekend. But I just want to say thanks for watching, and I hope you all are well, and I look forward to visiting with you again soon. Bye.